Hello, everyone. This is Bahia from the Bahia Vibe. I hope you're doing well, that you survived the April 8th total solar lunar eclipse. And I wanted today to talk a little bit about the different types of energy I feel around since the eclipse. There's a lot of, I feel a lot of energies of destruction, whether it is on a global level or personal level. And the reason why I want to talk more about the personal level is that what does that look like? What does it look like when there are destructive energies and combine with the Mercury retrograde and combine with all these planets in Aries and in Libra? Aries is the ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war, and Libra, Venus, and justice. And I know that for me personally, there's a lot of destruction to all that I know. All that I know is being destroyed. And so, since I've always been someone that thinks outside the box, I always, whenever, if I want to do one thing and there is no way in, or there's no way out or something like that, then I go this way, and if this way doesn't work, then I go this way. But I always used what I already knew, what I knew how to do. Like if it was finding a new job, I always used what I knew. Like I knew I spoke languages, so I did that. Or I was good at serving, so I was a waitress. I always had, I've used my face when I was modeling, acting and all that. But this is a time, and place now where, and I don't know about you, put it in the comment below if you feel the same way. It's like all your little tricks and the things you knew you could fall back on aren't working. I give you an example, a fictitious example, which is, say you've always had these type of customers and you always cater to this type of customers. It feels like in this day and age, those type of customers are not interested about your services anymore. It's a very strange energies, and learning to navigate them is almost like, it's not like you can just meditate, visualize those energies and the way they're going and get in the flow of those energies and then come back here and adapt, implement. I have to work on a meditation like that. I think it would be really cool. But it's right now on the 3D level, which is the three-dimensional level where we are all living here as a manifested being, because we are spiritual beings, but we are having, a human experience. So we are manifested in these bodies, in these skins, and we have to match, or we have to elevate our consciousness in order to be able to live down here, which is very interesting, and deal with these energies. And so what is asked of us, I feel, is to tap into resources we didn't think we had, resources we didn't think we were able to even create for ourselves. I like to, when things don't go the way I thought they were going to go, we all know the mantra, which is, God has a better plan. And we may not see the plan that God has for us, but it's usually better than what we expected or what we asked for. And so what I do is I mourn the plan. I cry if I feel like crying, if it's emotional, if I had put all my eggs in one basket and I really thought something was going to happen, and it might still happen, just not the way I asked for it. And if emotions come in, let the emotions come in. Sorry, my email is going to mess with this video. Just let the emotions come in and mourn that emotion, because emotion is inside of your body, and if it needs to come out and you need to cry, then cry. Find yourself an alone time, a spot where you can do that. And because once emotions are inside, and it's not something that's very palpable, but the minute it transforms into tears, you have now transformed this emotion into a material thing, which is water in your eyes, and now it can go into the universe and be transformed into something better or something different. But once you do this part, I would say that's step number one, is recognizing the emotion that you feel. If it's anger, if it's sadness, if it's despair, if it's hatred, if anything, just tap into it. If it's anger, just be angry. Be angry. The plan didn't work, and shoot, I really thought I was going to get that money at that time, and I was going to be able to pay this and this and that, and it was great, and I manifested, and I thought that the universe was on board with me, but obviously the universe had a different plan. Go all the way with that. And I've been doing it for the past 3 days. I've been going all the way with that. And then comes the bouncing back. And that can take different forms. So some can go and take a walk, think about it, get in the thinking, getting the analyzing mind. But I started reviewing what were my attributes. Not just who is Bihia, but what is Bihia? What is Bihia really good at? And of course, don't get into the whole, oh, but that doesn't make money. Oh, but that don't start self stopping and sabotaging right there. Let it flow. Let it flow. If you're good at painting your own nails, then say, I'm really good at painting my own nails. And I started making a vibrational list where I would say something about myself that I thought I was really good at and visualize it on a vibrational scale. So I would do it from a scale from 1 to 10. Where does that sit? And I started coming up with more and more attributes that I have and seeing them on the scale. And that was very interesting. And it taught me that in 2024, with the Earth, which has already ascended, she wasted no time, she's ascending. We need to jump on that wagon and follow and do our own little ascensions in order to still be in tune with Earth. And that means going in and bringing the 5D here. And I think that will help you navigate those energies, because they're very demanding on change. And if you want change, you need to expect the change coming from yourself. And you need to change your point of views, your lens, the way you do things, the way you speak about things, the way you view what making money means, or what does your family mean, what does work mean. You need to embrace that change. And then sometimes we don't really know what that change means or what it looks like. But if we start by making little changes, I think it's by making little changes, I think that's when we open up that portal for Source to say, oh, she's starting to get it. Let me bring in the real change. Because sometimes I think the universe waits for you to be ready for those changes. And so whatever you may have asked will demand changes in 2024 that are bigger than what you think, stronger than what you think, more difficult than what you think. And the universe sometimes, because sometimes it doesn't wait, it just sends it, whether ready or not. But I consider yourself lucky when the universe waits for you to jump on board with these changes. And once that opens up, the possibilities come in, the opportunities come in, the light bulbs come in. And I think in this day and age, don't be afraid to do something that is completely different from what you've been doing. Getting into the stock market when you've never done that, or start reading tarot cards when you've never done that, or I don't know, whatever comes in, let it come out. Just let it come out. I think those are the type of energies we're seeing right now. They're very strong, and they're very disturbing in a way. You know, it's almost like it's almost like you've done your hair and your makeup and everything, and you got all dressed up, and you get in your car and you park, and then the minute you come out and you're meeting someone at a cafe or a restaurant, the minute you come out of your car, the wind blows up your whole hair, and you're being touched, you're being pushed over by these energies. It's like they're not energies that's just like a flow where you flow with the energy. They're energies where you're like, what, again? I need to do that now, and I thought this was finished, and I thought I accomplished that, and I thought I've worked on that in my shadow work in my childhood. But it's like these energies, that's how I feel. They're like very uncomfortable. It's a little passage, I know. They were telling me it's a little passage we're going through, but it's a much needed one, because there will be bigger energies that are going to be really change a lot of things on this planet. And if we're not used to small energies being changed on our little day-to-day life environment, then we're never going to be prepared for the really big changes. So we have to embrace these. And the more energies, they're telling me, the more energies you allow by accepting. Allowance is accepting. I accept for you to bring me those new energies. I allow these energies to come through me in order for me to advance. So the more you open those energies, the bigger the portal inside of you, especially in the solar plexus and the heart chakra, the more of these energies are opening up and going through you. Of course, the bigger the expansion, but mostly the bigger the breakthroughs. The breakthroughs about the things that you are able to do, not knowing you are able to do those. And they're saying that's part of trusting the plan. It's not just trusting the plan. It's the more flows through you that you don't know thing, and it's external forces coming in and going, and you're allowing these forces to come through you. The more you do that, the grander you will be doing. Sorry, excuse me for a second. Hi, sorry, I had to take that phone call. So what I was saying is the more you do that, the grander the types of energies you will be able to bring in, to let in. Energies are always trying to come through you, but this time, the more you clear those things, the more it makes room for others, greater energies to come in. And so what I want you to do is during your day, say you're doing something like the dishes, I want you to stop and I want you to breathe and I want you to see, imagine the straight line going from Earth core to the Galactic Center, and you are the coil. You are in between, and the energies are going like this. And I want you to imagine that you do that just for, no more than a minute or two. You can go longer if you're in a place where you can do that. But what this will do is it'll make you stop and remind you every time that you are part of the collective consciousness, that others are doing the same thing. And just knowing that others are doing the same thing, becoming the coil, it'll make it so that we are all connected individually. It's an individual connection where we become the collective consciousness. We form the collective consciousness here on 3D, and we match the actual collective consciousness. And we not just mirror it, but energies is being sent from the collective consciousness through to us into Earth core and vice versa. As above, so below. As above, so below. I can just view and imagine people all over the world stopping, breathing, connecting, becoming the coil. The individual coil, it's as individuals that we will ascend in order to be part of the collective consciousness, which we are, but this time we're doing it aware and awareness. It's a deliberate action. I choose in this moment, very obsolete moment. It doesn't have to be a dramatic moment or a joyful moment. It could just be a very mundane moment. I stop and I choose to connect to the collective consciousness and to earth core and become the soil. And through me, energy runs from the purest form at earth core to the purest form at the center of the Galactic Center. And then you can go on. And then you should try and do it as many times as you can during the day. And see what happens. See what type of new energies come in. See what solution the universe brings you with regards to your car or your house that didn't sell. Since you took this and you sent it, not because you didn't want it, because you recognized it and you don't want to add any more negativity to it or hold on to it because it is not useful to you, so that the energy can be transformed within the Galactic Center. And you now made room for other energies to come in. And you do that every time. We are here to assist in every willing human free will choice ascension process to make life on earth not as difficult, to ease into it. We will be guiding you in future videos on how to activate more energy that will be helpful for you in your earth plane. You should never feel alone, as you are part of the Galactic Center collective consciousness. That is your home. Connect to your home and know that all will be well. Connecting to your home. You see, that's how we do it. We understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience with a three-dimensional body, three-dimensional surroundings, but they're all energies. As above, so below. So thank you so much for joining me on this conversation. And until next time, be well.